JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, woman arrested in connection with ammunition seizure. The police say a woman has been arrested following Wednesday's seizure of 75 rounds of ammunition on St. Michael's Road, Rockfort in Kingston. The police said that officers assigned to the Kingston Eastern Division were on operation in the area when the discovery was made. 3 held in connection with seizure of homemade gun in St. Anne. 3 men were taken into custody on Wednesday after police seized a homemade firearm and 1 12-gauge cartridge during an operation in Steertown, St. Anne. The police said that between the hours of 5:30 a.m. and 7 a.m., lawmen conducted an operation in the area where a premises was searched and the weapon found. Lawmen said the identities of the men are being withheld pending further investigations. On Thursday, the police in St. James seized a 9mm pistol during an operation at Arcadia in the parish. Reports are that lawmen were in the area about 5 p.m. when an abandoned premises was searched, and the illegal firearm was seen in a plastic bag hidden under a rock. No one was arrested in relation to the seizure, the police said. Man injured in St. Thomas, gun attack. A St. Thomas man remains in hospital following a gun attack last night. The shooting happened about 7 o'clock in the community of Poor Man's Corner. It is reported that residents heard explosions, and shortly after the man was found suffering from gunshot wounds. A passing motorist assisted the injured man to the Yallis police station, and cops then took him to the Princess Margaret Hospital, where he was admitted. He reportedly told investigators that he was standing outside his house when a man who was wearing a handkerchief tied around his face came up and attacked him. Autopsy confirms Canis Jackson was strangled. An autopsy has confirmed that 20-year-old Canis Jackson, who was found dead last Friday at the Portmore Fishing Village in St. Catherine, was strangled. Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of crime, Fitz Bailey, says the autopsy was conducted on Thursday. Investigators are awaiting further examination to determine if Jackson was sexually assaulted. DCP Bailey said the post-mortem was expedited, considering the nature of the crime and the level of public interest in the case. Jackson, an accounting clerk of Independence City in Portmore, went missing on March 24 after leaving home for work. 50-year-old Robert Fowler has been charged in connection with her murder. DCP Bailey says he is optimistic that the case filed on Jackson's murder is being properly prepared for court so that there are no unnecessary delays. Man caught in viral video chopping woman charged. The man captured in a video using a machete to chop a woman in Maypen, Clarendon has now been charged. The police say 47-year-old Obadiah Smith, a farmer of Newley Road in Mandeville, Manchester, has been charged with wounding with intent. In the video, which has gone viral, the man and the woman were first in a dispute before the machete attack. Afterwards, the man used the machete to chop the woman in her face. A policeman in plain clothes intervened and accosted the man. The woman was taken to hospital for treatment. JDF soldiers accused of sexual assault granted bail. The 2 soldiers charged with grievous sexual assault in connection with an attack on a trainee at the Jamaica Defence Force, JDF Upper Camp in St. Andrew, have each been granted $500,000 bail. Bail was offered when privates Michael Grant, 22, who is of a St. Mary address, and Anouk Moncrief, 19, who is from St. Catherine, appeared in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on Wednesday. They were ordered by the court to surrender their travel documents, report twice weekly to a police station outside Kingston and the St. Andrew, reside outside of the corporate area, and should make no contact with any of the witnesses. Both men are to return to court on April 29. Allegations are that on March 11, 2021, both men, being military police in the army, were on patrol when they saw a female and male soldier having intercourse. Both accused reportedly threatened to report them and demanded money not to make the report. When the male left to get the money at an ATM, it is alleged that one of the accused sexually assaulted the female. The matter was subsequently reported and both were charged. In applying for bail, Queen's Counsel Peter Champagny, who appeared for Moncrief, argued that the allegations did not reveal any active participation on the part of his client, who he said denied any knowledge of the act. Grant was represented by attorney Vanessa Taylor. The court subsequently offered bail with strict conditions. Government working to expand options for home ownership. Minister of Housing. Urban Renewal, Environment and Climate Change, Pernell Charles Jr., says that the government is constantly working to expand the options available to individuals who wish to own a home. We continue every day to interrogate the system and to make sure that we can still come up with more creative offerings, he said, noting that among the options being looked at is rent-to-buy arrangements. Charles Jr. was addressing a virtual town hall on the draft National Housing Policy and Implementation Plan dubbed Let's Talk Housing on Wednesday. He said that the ministry is examining the recommendations that have been made through the consultations done on the plan in order to develop and introduce new measures to increase access to affordable housing solutions. He noted that already several arrangements are available through the ministry's various agencies to make home ownership easier. He cited among them the National Housing Trust, NHT, Employer Assisted Housing Program, where employers can partner with the agency to provide housing for their staff, noting that the Housing Agency of Jamaica, HAJ, is also partnering with stakeholders on arrangements to benefit Jamaicans. You have the Intergenerational Mortgage, which is a partnership with family members to provide greater access to a youngster who otherwise would not be eligible to access the financing. You have Clustered Housing, where more than one contributor can come together, go to the NHT, and work out a process where they can have benefit as a joint group. You have the Housing Microfinance Loan Program, where NHT works with credit unions to provide access and benefits to persons such as civil servants, he noted further. In the meantime, the minister said the town hall is an important consultation in garnering the concerns, views and recommendations of citizens on the draft National Housing Policy, which has been tabled in Parliament as a green paper. This discussion forms part of the conversation that we're having with Jamaica about this housing policy to make sure that it is a product of all of our contributions. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that we put forward a comprehensive policy based on empirical data that can address the challenges that we have and advance our vision of a Jamaica where you have safe, legal, and affordable housing for all, he said. A specific goal of the policy is to increase access to housing and its associated resources to all segments of the population, in particular the poor, while at the same time reducing direct government role in housing development. It also seeks to promote home ownership and other tenure arrangements, including renting, to facilitate access to decent, safe and affordable housing solutions for all Jamaicans, and to maintain a fair and stable operating environment for the private property market by ensuring adequate land supply and the provision of efficient supporting infrastructure. Following consultations and further refinement of the policy, it is expected that it will be tabled in Parliament by the second quarter of this financial year. The town hall was staged by the Housing Policy Research and Monitoring Branch of the Ministry. Other officials from the ministry, including Permanent Secretary Dr. Alwyn Hales, as well as representatives from the Jamaica Mortgage Bank, the NHT and HAJ, participated in the event. 424 new COVID cases as 8 more Jamaicans die. Jamaica recorded 424 new cases of COVID-19 and 8 additional deaths yesterday, bringing the total number of confirmed cases to 39,967 and the confirmed death toll to 607. According to the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the latest deaths include 7 males, 5 from St. Elizabeth, ages 65, 69, 73, 80, and 84, and the other 2 being a 70-year-old from Kingston and St. Andrew and an 82-year-old from St. Catherine. A 79-year-old female from St. Elizabeth was also among the latest deaths. The ministry reported another death under investigation. Meanwhile, of the 424 new cases, there were 248 females and 176 males with ages ranging from 1 to 93 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew, 185, St. Catherine, 88, Manchester, 38, St. Thomas, 31, St. James, 21, St. Elizabeth, 16, Clarendon, 14, St. Anne, 6, Westmoreland, 6, Hanover, 5, Portland, 5, St. Mary, 5, and Trelawney, 4. The country also recorded 136 recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 17,861. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.